Welcome to Module 3. I'm excited to discuss incorporating and integrating small livestock with your diversified crop system and plans. So let's get right into it. This will be a brief discussion, and remember that there will be repetition throughout this. I want to make sure that these concepts, these ideas, and these thoughts are both become familiar, and as well as there's a clear understanding. So let's get into it. Integrating livestock into a diversified crop system is a foundational principle of sustainable and regenerative agriculture. This approach mimics natural ecosystems where animals and plants interact in a mutually beneficial cycle, enhancing soil fertility, promoting biodiversity, and increasing overall farm resilience. By strategically incorporating livestock such as bees, fish, poultry, sheep, and goats into a cropping system, farmers can improve nutrient cycling, reduce external inputs, and create a more self-sustaining operation. One of the primary benefits of livestock is soil health improvement. Animals contribute organic matter through manure, which enhances soil microbial activity, improves soil structure, and increases nutrient availability for crops. Poultry, for example, providing nitrogen-rich manure that supports crop growth, while ruminants such as sheep and goats facilitate soil aeration through hoof action and contribute to weed control. Additionally, fish in aquaponic systems generate nutrient-rich water that can be cycled into plant beds, creating a closed-loop nutrient system. Beyond soil health, livestock integration fosters biodiversity by introducing multiple species into a farming landscape. Bees, essential pollinators, enhance fruit and vegetable production, while poultry and small ruminants contribute to pest control by consuming insects and weeds. This interdependence among species strengthens farm resilience, reducing reliance on chemical fertilizers and pesticides and overall inputs, while enhancing ecosystem stability. Livestock integration aligns closely with regenerative farming principles, emphasizing the restoration and enhancement of natural systems. By managing grazing rotations, incorporating cover crops, and implementing intercropping techniques, farmers can optimize land use while maintaining soil fertility and plant health. A diversified system that integrates animals alongside perennial and annual crops promotes long-term sustainability by improving ecological balance and reducing resource depletion. For new entry farmers, understanding how to harmonize livestock and crop production is essential for building a productive, resilient, and ecologically sound farming system. Through careful planning and adaptive management, integrating livestock into crop systems can be a transformative strategy for achieving long-term sustainability and farm viability. Livestock play a crucial role in regenerative farming by driving nutrient cycling, improving soil fertility, and fostering resilient ecosystems. In a well-managed system, animals are not just a source of food or fiber, but active participants in enhancing soil health and reducing external inputs. By integrating livestock strategically, farmers can restore natural processes, minimize waste, and create a self-sustaining agricultural system. One of the most significant contributions of livestock is their role in nutrient cycling. Manure from poultry, sheep, goats, and other small livestock is a valuable source of organic matter and essential nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, manure contributes to long-term soil health by supporting microbial diversity, enhancing that soil structure, and increasing water retention. Properly managed manure application, whether through direct grazing, composting, or manure tea, reduces the need for external fertilizers, lowering input costs, and mitigating environmental risks such as nutrient runoff. Livestock also enhance plant resilience by contributing to a diversified farm ecosystem. For example, rotationally grazed animals help manage cover crops by naturally terminating them and returning nutrients to the soil. Chickens can be deployed in vegetable plots post-harvest to reduce insect populations, while goats and sheep assist in weed management without the need for herbicides. Additionally, integrating livestock within perennial fruit and vegetable systems fosters a more dynamic and resilient farming landscape, reducing pest pressures and increasing overall productivity. Numerous farms have successfully demonstrated the benefits of livestock integration. For example, Polyface Farms in Virginia utilizes multi-species rotational grazing to build soil health, while Singing Frogs Farm in California incorporates poultry into a no-till vegetable production for fertility management. These case studies illustrate that with proper planning, livestock integration can regenerate soil, reduce reliance on synthetic inputs, and improve farm profitability, all while enhancing ecosystem function and sustainability. So now let's discuss a few of these strategies in animal integration. Rotational grazing is a foundational practice in regenerative livestock management that enhances soil health. It optimizes forage utilization and prevents overgrazing. Unlike continuous grazing, where animals have unrestricted access to a large area, rotational grazing involves moving livestock through a series of smaller paddocks, allowing forage plants time to recover before being grazed again. This approach mimics natural grazing patterns, improving pasture productivity and soil structure, while reducing erosion and nutrient loss. Effective pasture management begins with monitoring forage availability and adjusting grazing duration to prevent overgrazing. Overgrazing depletes root reserves, reduces plant regrowth, and leads to soil compaction and erosion. By maintaining appropriate stocking densities and rotating animals before they consume more than 50% of the plant biomass, farmers can sustain forage production and build organic matter in the soil. Incorporating multi-species grazing, such as combining sheep, goats, poultry, can further enhance pasture health. Sheep and goats target different plant species, reducing weed pressure, while poultry help break up manure and control parasites by consuming insect larvae. Best practices for integrating livestock in pastures include planning diverse forage systems, implementing rest periods between grazing cycles, and adjusting stocking rates based on seasonal conditions. Cover crops and perennial pasture mixes can provide high-quality forage while improving soil fertility. Additionally, mobile infrastructure such as portable fencing and mobile coops for poultry offers flexibility in managing grazing patterns and protecting sensitive areas. Paddock design and fencing considerations are critical for effective rotational grazing. Electrified polywire fencing is a cost-effective and adaptable option for sheep and goats, while poultry netting helps keep birds contained and protected from predators. Water access, shade, and shelter must also be strategically placed to encourage even grazing, distribution, and reduce soil compaction around high traffic areas. Integrating livestock into a farm's nutrient cycle is a powerful tool for enhancing soil fertility while reducing reliance on external inputs. Animal manure, when properly managed, provides a rich source of organic matter and essential nutrients. By strategically composting and applying manure, farmers can improve soil structure, boost microbial life, and promote long-term soil health. Manure composting is an essential practice to stabilize nutrients, reduce pathogens, and enhance the soil-building properties of organic matter. Proper composting involves balancing carbon-rich materials with nitrogen-rich manure while maintaining adequate moisture and aeration. Turning the pile periodically ensures even decomposition rates and prevents anaerobic conditions that would lead to nutrient loss. Once fully composted, this manure can be applied to crop fields to enhance fertility without the risks associated with raw manure, such as nitrogen volatilization or pathogen contamination. And different livestock species contribute unique benefits to soil enrichment. Poultry manure is high in nitrogen, making it an excellent amendment for heavy feeding crops like leafy greens and corn. Ruminant manure from sheep and goats has a more balanced nutrient profile and provides a slow release fertility while improving soil organic matter. When integrated in crop rotations, these natural fertilizers enhance soil structure, increase microbial diversity, and support plant resilience. Effective waste management is crucial to preventing nutrient runoff, which can degrade water quality and lead to imbalances in the ecosystem. Buffer strips, cover crops, and rotational grazing systems help capture excess nutrients before they leach into waterways. Additionally, incorporating livestock waste into cover cropping systems such as planting nitrogen-fixing legumes or deep-rooted brassicas further enhances nutrient cycling, ensuring that manure contributes to soil fertility rather than becoming an environmental liability. By harnessing the natural fertility provided by livestock, farmers can build a resilient soil, reduce input costs, and create a self-sustaining farm ecosystem. As we've discussed previously, cover cropping is an integral part of regenerative agriculture, providing multiple benefits both for the soil and for livestock nutrition. By integrating livestock with cover crops, farmers create a system where animals contribute to nutrient cycling while benefiting from that high quality forage. This practice reduces reliance on external feed, improves the soil structure, and enhances microbial diversity, ultimately leading to what? A more resilient farming system. One of the primary advantages of cover crops is their ability to improve soil fertility while serving as a valuable feed source. Grass-based cover crops such as cereal rye and annual ryegrass provide excellent forage for sheep and goats and poultry while protecting the soil from erosion. Brassicas such as turnips and radishes offer deep-rooted benefits by breaking up compacted soil and improving water infiltration. Additionally, these crops enhance the soil's organic matter, supporting long-term fertility. Leguminous cover crops, including clover, vetch, field peas, play a crucial role in nitrogen fixation. These plants form symbiotic relationships with soil bacteria, capturing atmospheric nitrogen and making it available to subsequent crops. When grazed by livestock, legumes provide a protein-rich forage source while ensuring that manure returns additional nutrients to the soil. By integrating legumes into a cover cropping plan, farmers can naturally reduce their need for fertilizer and inputs and enhance soil biological activity. Grazing livestock on cover crops further stimulates soil microbiology by distributing manure and trampling plant material, accelerating decomposition and organic matter incorporation. Proper rotational planning ensures that livestock graze in a way that maximizes plant regrowth and minimizes soil compaction. Selecting the right species mix based on climate, soil type, and livestock needs is essential for optimizing this system. Intercropping, the practice of growing multiple crop species in the same space, is a key strategy in regenerative farming, as we've expressed earlier. By fostering plant diversity, intercropping improves soil health, enhances pest resistance, and optimizes land use. When integrated with livestock, this system becomes even more efficient, as animals contribute to weed and pest management, nutrient cycling, and soil aeration. Strategic planning ensures that crops and livestock work together in a mutually beneficial way, reducing reliance on inputs and improving overall farm productivity. Poultry, such as chickens and ducks, are particularly effective at controlling insect pests while providing natural fertilization through manure decomposition. For example, integrating poultry into an orchard or a vegetable system can reduce harmful insect populations like aphids and beetles while boosting soil fertility. Similarly, sheep and goats are excellent for weed suppression or in intercropped perennial systems, grazing between rows of crops without the need for mechanical cultivation or herbicides. Their presence not only reduces weed competition, but also enhances soil health by trampling organic matter into the ground, increasing microbial activity. Successful intercropping livestock integrations include silvopasture systems where trees and forage crops and livestock coexist, and fruit orchards. For instance, sheep or chickens can be rotated under trees, as we've expressed, to control weeds and insects while enriching the soil with manure. Another example is integrating cover crops with vegetable production and using goats to terminate mature cover crops before planting a new crop cycle. Despite its advantages, this approach presents challenges such as potential crop damage from livestock, nutrient imbalances, and fencing requirements. Careful livestock selection, rotational planning, and mobile infrastructure such as movable electric fencing and/or poultry tractors help mitigate these challenges. Thoughtful design ensures that intercropping and livestock work in harmony, creating a resilient, self-sustaining farm ecosystem. Now let's talk about bees. Pollinators play a critical role in diversified crop production by facilitating fruit and seed development in many vegetable, fruit, and cover crop species. Healthy pollinator populations directly contribute to increased yields, improved crop quality, and overall farm resilience. In a regenerative system, integrating managed and wild pollinators with sustainable farming practices ensures long-term ecosystem stability and food production security. On-farm beekeeping is an effective strategy for enhancing pollination and crop productivity. Honeybees are commonly kept in hives near orchards, vegetable fields, and flowering cover crops to maximize their pollination services. Farmers must ensure proper hive placement, protecting bees from pesticide exposure and extreme weather conditions, while providing access to diverse floral resources. In addition to honeybees, encouraging native pollinators such as bumblebees, solitary bees, and butterflies increases pollination efficiency and strengthens biodiversity. Pollinator-friendly farming practices are essential for supporting these beneficial insects. Maintaining flowering hedgerows, cover crops, and native wildflowers provides continuous forage throughout the growing season. Selecting plant species with staggered bloom times ensures that pollinators have a reliable food source year-round. Additionally, reducing pesticide and herbicide use prevents a pollinator population decline, while adopting organic or integrated pest management approaches safeguards beneficial insect communities. Livestock can both positively and negatively impact pollination success. While managed grazing systems enhance floral diversity by preventing dominant species from overtaking pastures, thereby promoting a range of nectar and pollen sources. However, overgrazing can reduce plant diversity and flowering availability, diminishing pollinator habitat. Thoughtful grazing rotations and buffer zones around pollinator-friendly plantings help mitigate these challenges. And not to mention, an alternative farm income stream is honey that's derived from having bees on farm. Integrating poultry into vegetable systems is a powerful strategy for regenerative farmers, offering multiple benefits, including natural pest control, soil fertility, and an additional revenue stream through egg and meat production. Properly managed poultry integration reduces reliance on chemical pesticides and fertilizers while contributing to a more self-sustaining farm ecosystem. Chickens and ducks are particularly effective at controlling pests in vegetable systems. Chickens forage for insects such as beetles, caterpillars, and grasshoppers, reducing pest populations without the need for insecticides. Ducks are highly effective at managing slug and snail infestations, which can be problematic in leafy greens and berry production. By rotating poultry through vegetable plots post-harvest or between crop cycles, farmers can break pest life cycles and enhance soil fertility through manure deposition. Mobile coops or chicken tractors provide an efficient method for rotational grazing in vegetable fields. These movable enclosures allow poultry to access fresh forage while preventing overgrazing and soil disturbance. By systematically shifting coops across the farm, birds evenly distribute manure, enhancing nutrient cycling without causing compaction or over-fertilization. This method also aligns with regenerative principles by maintaining soil cover and reducing the need for synthetic inputs. Beyond ecological benefits, poultry integration provides an economic advantage. Producing eggs and meat as a supplemental enterprise diversifies farm income and increases financial resilience. Pasture-raised poultry products are highly valued in direct-to-consumer markets, offering opportunities for added farm profitability. Proper management of poultry manure is essential to maximize soil fertility. Composting poultry manure with carbon-rich materials such as straw or wood chips stabilizes nutrients and reduces the risk of pathogen contamination. Once composted, poultry manure serves as a nutrient-rich organic fertilizer, supporting vegetable growth and soil microbial activity. Aquaponics is an innovative closed-loop farming system that integrates aquaculture, fish farming, with hydroponic vegetable production. This symbiotic system mimics natural ecosystems where fish waste provides nutrients for plants and plants in turn filter and purify the water for fish. By eliminating the need for fertilizers and minimizing water waste, aquaponics aligns with regenerative principles, making it a sustainable option for small-scale farmers seeking diversified production methods. The key advantage of aquaponics lies in nutrient cycling. Fish produce waste rich in ammonia, which is broken down by beneficial bacteria into nitrates, a bioavailable form of nitrogen essential for plant growth. This nutrient-rich water is then circulated to the hydroponic beds, where plants absorb the nutrients, effectively filtering the water before it returns to the fish tank. By continuously cycling water and nutrients, hydroponics maximizes resource efficiency while eliminating nutrient runoff. Designing and maintaining a small-scale aquaponics system requires careful planning. Essential components include fish tanks, biofilters, plant beds, and water pumps. Common fish species used in aquaponics include tilapia, catfish, and trout, selective for their adaptability and nutrient output. The choice of crops depends on systems design and nutrient availability, with leafy greens, herbs, tomatoes being well suited for aquaponic production. Systems balance, ensuring that appropriate fish stocking densities, water quality, and microbial activity is crucial for long-term success. Despite its benefits, aquaponics presents challenges, including the need for technical knowledge, energy use for water circulation, and system maintenance. Water temperature fluctuations, disease outbreaks, and nutrient imbalances require diligent monitoring. However, with proper design and management, aquaponics offers a productive and sustainable way to integrate fish farming into vegetable production. Sheep and goats provide multiple benefits in diversified annual and perennial cropping systems. They contribute to soil fertility through manure deposition, manage weeds and invasive species, and enhance pasture productivity. Their browsing and grazing habits make them valuable for maintaining orchards, vineyards, and agroforestry systems while reducing mechanical and chemical inputs. Goats are natural browsers, preferring shrubs, weeds, and woody plants, making them ideal for controlling invasive species in orchards and agroforestry systems. Sheep, primarily grazers, are excellent for maintaining cover crops and controlling grasses between crop rows. Managed grazing in fruit and nut orchards helps suppress weeds while minimizing competition for nutrients and water. Sheep and goat manure is a rich source of organic matter, nitrogen, and phosphorus, improving soil structure and microbial diversity. Rotational grazing through annual and perennial systems ensures even nutrient distribution and prevents overgrazing, which can lead to soil degradation. By integrating cover crops with livestock, farmers enhance that soil fertility while reducing dependence on external inputs. Effective integration requires proper rotational grazing management. As we've discussed, electrified fencing is commonly used to control grazing areas and protect crops. Mobile shelters provide shade and protection, ensuring animal welfare. And water access and paddock designs should be strategically planned to encourage even grazing and minimizing soil compaction. One challenge is preventing damage to trees and crops, as goats may strip bark and/or eat young plants. Using tree guards, selecting appropriate grazing periods, and training animals to avoid sensitive crops can mitigate these risks. Proper stocking densities and rotational schedules help balance vegetation management without degrading soil health. And again, as we've discussed previously, successfully integrating livestock into a diversified farming system requires careful planning and investment in infrastructure to ensure both animal welfare, efficient farm operations, and long-term sustainability. Properly designed fencing, housing, and watering systems are essential for managing livestock effectively. Fencing is a critical component of livestock management, preventing overgrazing, protecting crops, and ensuring animal safety. Electrified polywire, which we've stated before, is commonly used for a rotational grazing system, allowing for easy movement of animals and reducing predator risks. For small ruminants like sheep and goats, high tensile fencing or electric netting is effective in containing them and safeguarding perennial crops. Housing should provide shelter from extreme weather while allowing for natural behaviors. Movable structures such as mobile coops for poultry or portable hoop houses for sheep and goats support rotational grazing while preventing soil compaction. Properly designed housing minimizes disease risk, ensures efficient manure management, and reduces the need for chemical interventions. Watering systems must be strategically placed to ensure livestock have consistent access to clean water while preventing soil degradation. Portable troughs, automatic waterers, and gravity-fed systems from rainwater catchment enhance water efficiency and align with sustainable practices. Managing workload and labor requirements in integrating livestock increases the complexity of farm management, requiring daily monitoring, rotational movement, and infrastructure maintenance. Planning labor needs according to rotational grazing, feeding schedules, and seasonal demand helps optimize efficiency. Investing in low labor solutions such as automatic waterers, mobile fencing, and multi-purpose infrastructure reduces workload while maintaining animal welfare. Assessing cost-benefit ratios is essential to ensure profitability. While initial infrastructure investments can be significant, the long-term benefits of reduced feed costs, enhanced soil fertility, and diversified farm income contribute to economic resilience. Sustainable planning includes evaluating market opportunities for livestock products, ensuring that farm enterprises complement one another for long-term viability. As we've discussed these previously, we want to reiterate, and for the sake of repetition and familiarity, integrating livestock into crop system offers numerous benefits, but it also presents challenges that require strategic management. Soil compaction, pest introduction, and balancing stocking densities can impact both plant and animal health. However, research-backed strategies and real-world farmer experiences demonstrate that these challenges can be mitigated through thoughtful planning and adaptive management. One major challenge is soil compaction, which can occur when livestock are not rotated properly, reducing soil porosity and water infiltration. This is particularly concerning in wet conditions when soil is more prone to damage. Another challenge is the introduction of pests and diseases. Livestock can inadvertently harbor and spread pests such as poultry transmitting mites or ruminants contributing to parasite loads in pastures. Additionally, balancing animal numbers with available land and forage is critical to preventing overgrazing, nutrient imbalances, and excessive manure buildup. Strategies for managing challenges effectively helps mitigate soil compaction, rotational grazing, and controlled livestock movement as essential components of livestock integration. Utilizing paddock rotations and low-impact species, such as poultry or small ruminants, can reduce pressure on the soil while still providing fertility benefits. Cover cropping and rotation with livestock grazing also enhances soil structure and resilience. For pest management, integrating multiple species grazing, such as rotating poultry after ruminants, helps break parasite cycles. Encouraging natural predators such as birds and beneficial insects, and using organic pest control can further reduce disease pressure. Balancing stocking rates requires understanding carrying capacity and monitoring forage availability. Farmers can utilize forage budgeting tools and seasonal grazing adjustments to maintain soil and pasture health. Research-backed solutions and adaptive management. Successful regenerative farmers continuously observe, adapt, and improve their systems. Research from sustainable agricultural institutions support practices such as silvopasture, composting manure, and integrating livestock with perennial cropping systems to enhance soil health while minimizing risks. Case studies from diversified farms demonstrate that a holistic adaptive approach ensures long-term success in integrating livestock into regenerative systems. Integrating livestock into diversified crop systems provides both economic and ecological advantages, making farms more resilient. By reducing reliance on external inputs, increasing biodiversity, and diversifying income streams, Small-scale regenerative farmers can enhance long-term viability while contributing to a more sustainable local food system. One of the most significant economic benefits of livestock integration is the reduction of input costs. Manure from poultry, sheep, and goats and other livestock serves as a natural fertilizer, decreasing the need for purchased inputs. Rotational grazing systems improve soil organic matter, reducing erosion and enhancing water retention. Additionally, livestock contribute to the natural pest management. By leveraging these ecological services, farmers save money while improving soil and plant health. Biodiversity is a cornerstone of regenerative agriculture, and livestock play a crucial role in enhancing it. Integrating animals into cropping system encourages diverse soil microbial communities, supports pollinators by maintaining flowering plants and pastures, and fosters dynamic farm ecosystems. A diverse farm system is more resilient to environmental stressors such as droughts, pests, and diseases, reducing risk associated with monoculture-based farming. Livestock integration provides additional income opportunities through eggs, meat, wool, honey, and value-added products. Direct marketing to consumers via farmers markets, CSAs, and farm-to-table partnerships increases profitability while strengthening community engagement. Diversified income streams reduce financial risks and stabilize farm revenue over time. By producing nutrient-dense foods locally and regeneratively, integrated livestock crop systems reduce the carbon footprint of food production, support soil health, and create stronger local economies. These practices not only sustain the farm, but also contribute to a healthier, more resilient food system for future generations.